Hi and welcome. My name is Lauren Mansell. I am here to do the standing Tai Chi workshop with you, and thank you for joining me. I work at Payless, part of Northwestern, as a pelvic, oncology, and lymphedema physical therapist. So I work with any and all issues related to cancer treatment. So thank you for joining me. The standing component is really, we add some leg work and leg positioning and a little mini squat into some of the movements that we went through with the 3 directional Tai Chi moves that we did in the sitting component. So welcome again. Hopefully if you didn't have the sitting component, it's completely fine. The rules for our workshop are safe and fun and doesn't hurt anyone. So we want to make sure that you are breathing well, but if you're focusing too much on the breathing and you feel lightheaded or dizzy, we want you to stop and go back to normal breathing. At any time that you want to do the poses in sitting, feel free to sit in your chair or even on the ground. It's a little harder on the ground with the movement, but you can always do the energy work with the arms. And then, so no pain. We want you to do a little bit of smaller movements or just kind of modify what you're doing with your legs so that it's comfortable. So thank you and welcome. We're going to start with just a little bit of standing. Checking in with your body. Notice if you have any kind of pain anywhere, any kind of tightness. I prefer to do all of my Tai Chi and my yoga barefoot. When I took Tai Chi training, it was done in socks. But do whatever feels comfortable for you. So just kind of notice how your feet ground into the floor. If it feels too sensitive or if you're feeling a little numb, sometimes we have that chemo-induced peripheral neuropathy of our feet. So just be mindful, again, work with your physical therapist on how to best create structure and balance for you. But note that if shoes help you feel more comfortable, please wear your shoes. Or if being barefoot you can be in socks if you're on carpeting, but I would not recommend being on socks for a wood or a tile floor with this, especially if you have that chemo-induced peripheral neuropathy. It could always be a goal that you work towards as you increase your strength and your balance and your endurance with this. So, standing nice and tall. You notice how you're standing. Maybe you take note of, you feel like you're standing into one leg more than the other. Just maybe shift a little and see if that can help equalize how you're standing. Perhaps there's a string at the top of your head drawing your head towards the ceiling. And then maybe you notice that your head is stacked on top of your shoulders, which is stacked on top of your pelvis, which is stacked on top of your feet. So this great alignment. You just take note in how you feel standing like this. Should feel very nice and strong. So at any time during this workshop, if you want to go back to just standing and breathing, you can even find a wall perhaps, and you could stand up next to that wall because that feels really great. Maybe with the palms forward, thinking of that deep belly breathing, completely fine. Remember that deep belly breathing that we did in sitting Tai Chi? Where you're really thinking of bringing a lot of air into your belly on the inhale and letting it getting nice and big on the inhale, rising with the chest, and on the exhale, having both go in. It can be chest then tummy or tummy then chest, whatever feels comfortable. And maybe you rock a little bit as you start to breathe. Again, this is that Tai Chi. This is using breathing to create energy. Next, we're going to do some movement to create your energy. want to talk a little briefly about so the physical therapist stand. So in Tai Chi, a lot of focus, and sorry I don't have scrubs, so you can't, I just want you to see kind of my legs. A lot of focus is, there's a lot of bending straight down. So if you notice how my knees are going over my toes, that can create a lot of knee pain. So just be mindful of when I'm working with my patients and I'm helping them do these exercises for their physical therapy treatment. I'm always mindful of letting them see their toes and kind of scooching their butt back a little bit. It's really great for strengthening the posterior side of our body, which we really need for strength and balance in walking. So this will be a little different for others that have gone to any kind of more traditional, where again, I just cue because I don't want you to have painful knees. So just when we are doing movement, try to really sink that weight into your heels. So as we do a little bit of kind of a mini squat down, you can even lift your toes lightly. If you feel like you have, that balance, please know you can go stand alongside of a wall. I've got my left elbow right now on the wall, so that, or even my whole arm, my whole trunk, that you can kind of use that wall to help you feel what it feels like to bend your knees, shifting backwards, as opposed to going forward like this. So this, knee pain, this, not knee pain. And this is a great functional strengthener. So coming back to our standing position, you're gonna take those big breaths. And if you remember, Tai Chi is all about creating energy and creating that energy ball. This can be visualized. So know as we're doing our breathing, you can sink into your heels a little bit if you like. If you wanted to start to feel the difference of what it's like in standing versus sitting. Remember, when we do our Tai Chi practice, some days we're slow, some days we're really fast with our movements. Some days we create little tiny itty bitty energy balls. Other times we create really big ones. So whatever you're feeling that you need, you just do. And remember, as we're kind of doing this little breathing, just kind of rocking back into my jacket. So, again, this is really, my eyes are closed, so this is really challenging to our balance. Do as little or as much of this as you like. Safe and fun and doesn't hurt anyone. All right, so we've created our little energy bundle. And that's what Chi stands for in Tai Chi. So now we're going to start to bring in the energy. Remember, we have 3 planes: forward, sideways, and rotational, diagonal. So we're going to start our breathing going forward. So again, try to rock that weight into your heels. As we inhale, bring the energy up, exhaling down. Inhale, exhaling it down. Inhale, you can bend your knees as much as you want, but really try to sink into those heels, bringing that butt back. Remember, if it hurts, make these little, if it hurts to move your shoulders, remember to make these little energy balls nice and small right in front of you. Your feet can be as far apart as feels comfortable. I'm always more comfortable with a wider set of my feet, but everyone is different. So you just feel what is best for you. And bringing that energy towards you, exhaling it when it's coming down. Feel the strength you have in your body coming up from the ground. You'll start to notice this is a little harder because we're doing those mini squats in with the upper extremity workout that we're doing, / Tai Chi for energy. And anytime that it hurts to do the mini squat, you can just stand nice and still. And remember too, that you can do these nice and little, just in standing. We're inhaling up, exhaling, bringing it down your body. Inhale. You can rock back and forward. If you want to do if you want to do very big energy, inhale up with a deep squat, exhaling. This is a little higher level, so if this is something you need to work to, completely fine. Do as little or as much that feels great and safe. So then pausing. Kind of come back to that normal stand that we were in just when we did our check-in with our bodies. Notice what it feels like and any differences that you have. Please make sure that it feels comfortable. So if you're getting any soreness, kind of maybe back away from deeply moving that area. Also, we didn't talk about this in sitting, but a lot of times, especially with our shoulders, because it's a ball and socket joint, there can be a lot of noise. My shoulder was crunchy, actually with the beginning of this session. So just know that that just means to stretch a little bit more. So if you have noise without pain, that means stretch. But if you have pain at any at any point of this, please reach out to a therapist. Likewise, if you have the inability to fully reach or do things. All right. So feel how it just feels to have moved all this direction this way. So you might even feel this now if you started with the sitting Tai Chi and are now going through the standing Tai Chi, that you can get a little bit of sensitivity to that movement and that innervation of where we feel kind of strong and moving. So with that forward direction, the Tai Chi movement, you can really feel it in the front of your body. Again, we're using all of these anterior muscles to support and stabilize for that movement. So there's a lot of muscular activity going on and stabilization. So, and then if you were doing that little squat, you might be feeling it in your glutes and your hamstrings. At no point should you be feeling it in your low back. If your low back's talking to you a little bit right now, try to do less of the dropping into those mini squats. So now we're gonna go to the sides. So if you guys remember that lateral movement, so we're gonna go over towards this way first. So you're gonna inhale the normal, creating that energy ball, exhaling, stepping out and scooping. Inhaling. At any times that your arms go the wrong way, it's okay to follow that movement. So we're still bringing the energy towards us, but this is so energizing. When we go forward, we're going to take that energy and bring it out to the side. So with that little bit of a side lunge. So same thing. See how I'm trying to move back with my glutes as opposed to this. This will be a little painful. This will be much less painful. So just be mindful. Think of that putting all your weight into your heel and then kind of scooting your butt back. So inhaling, exhaling, stepping to the side, coming around. Inhaling, exhaling, stepping to the side, coming around. At any time, if you want to just make this small and be standing, completely fine. This is great. If it feels comfortable, do that little side lunge. Remember, you get to go as slow or as fast as you like. It's really slow. And then let's take a moment after this last lateral. You just stepped to one direction, and now we're going to make space to step to the other. The screen space is limited, so I'm going to step this way. Inhale up. You should be feeling really great. No matter what you're doing, it's perfect. Your arms, try to keep your shoulders out of your ears as much as possible. And then coming back, start to notice kind of what it feels like now that we've moved sideways and we've created that energy on both sides of our bodies. All right, so we got that side energy working. So now we'll go back to the breathing and kind of molding that chi energy ball. This is what Tai Chi says, not what Lauren says, but it's fantastic. And it feels, you can feel it. Your hands are so innervated. If you take a moment and you start to bring your hands nice and close together, you can feel almost like that little resistance. It's really amazing. And we'll, at the end of the sitting one, we had a little bit of hand exercises for the chemo-induced peripheral neuropathy. So just know there are therapists, physical therapists, and occupational therapists that want to work with you on that. All right. So we're creating that energy ball. So we brought the energy forward and back, and then out to the sides. So now is the diagonal or the rotational. So we're going to first go to this side. Just kind of notice where that 45-degree line is. So we went straight, we went 90 degrees, and now we're going to go 45. So in standing, remember you've got that nice little energy ball. And then you're going to roll that ball going 45 degrees. So you can step forward with it. And we can actually just stay in this lunge position. Again, if you notice, my front leg is not going over my back. And then for the back leg, just make sure you kind of, it's not straight with the back leg. It's not really to 90 either. It just feels comfortable. Find a very comfortable place for your back leg. So we're going to inhale, exhale, bringing that back. Make this energy as big or as little as you want. Again, you don't have to do the lunge. You can do this in standing. It's actually really great for the abdominals to kind of pull it in right there in standing, or do that little side lunge. Remember that outside arm is the high one and the bottom arm is the energy ball holder. And bringing that bundle back towards the center. So you kind of move your arms as you're breathing. Kind of notice how it feels to have created that energy and how this side's really wanting you to feel balanced out. So we're inhaling and exhaling that energy ball. Remember, we went straight forward. We went out, right out to the sides. So now we're going to that 45-degree angle. So if it feels comfortable, to bring that outside leg towards that 45-degree angle. Remember your knee, you're able to see your toes at all sides. The back leg is just nice and comfortable. So with a little bend in it. All right, we're gonna inhale up. Remember that outside arm is kind of holding that energy in towards us as we exhale it down to us. Inhaling up, exhaling it back down. Okay? Do as big or as little of a motion that feels good for you. Remember, you can make this as little as you'd like. And also make it as big as you like. Bringing that energy kind of smaller and slower back into a normal, regular stand. Take a pause and notice how it feels. If there's any difference. Legs feel awake, if your glutes are a little sore, if your posture just feels a little better, if you just feel a little just more expansive in your chest and your breathing. Tai Chi is designed to create energy. What I have found is that when I incorporate Tai Chi into work that I'm doing with my patients, it helps them feel more well. So know you can create feelings of wellness and power and endurance and strength just through breathing. It's the breathing that this all stems from, and then you can add some activities and motion with that breathing. That diagonal really helps us do our hair or shower. So these are very, very functional activities to be doing when we have issues from cancer treatment. So just know, there's therapists out here. We really want to be working with you and helping you through this. And when one doctor says no, you go to another. But hopefully we're getting to the point where physicians understand that we are part of their team and that we want to help patients return back to normal, to no longer have pain, to increase that range of motion and the ability to complete all tasks of daily living. So thank you so much for being a part of this Standing Tai Chi workshop, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.